Time by Percy Bysshe Shelley, 1792 to 1822. Unfathomable sea, whose waves are years, ocean of time, whose waters of deep woe are brackish with the salt of human tears. Thou shoreless flood, which in thy ebb and flow claspest the limits of mortality. And sick of prey, yet howling on for more, vomitest thy wrecks on its inhospitable shore. Treacherous in calm and terrible in storm, who shall put forth on thee, unfathomable sea? Okay, this is a poem by Shelley, by Percy Shelley. Let's see. He is one of the greatest romantic British poets. Let's see. His father was a lord and a member of parliament. Shelley went to University College, Oxford, to study. So what's this poem about? Well, it's titled Time. And I think the poem is about time and the sea. And I think it's drawing a comparison to time being eternal and the sea as well. The sea is something that is eternal. It lasts forever. It's something limitless. So, let's see. Unfathomable sea. So, this is a lovely way to start. So, unfathomable means something that you can't find the bottom of it. But we also use this word unfathomable to mean something that you can't understand. So it's something that's so deep there is no bottom to it, but it's something that is impossible to understand. Whose waves are years. Okay, so here we've got a metaphor saying the waves of the sea are years. And I think this is comparing the waves on the sea to the years that go by. If you stand on the seashore and watch the waves crashing against the shore, one after another, it's something that goes on and on without end. Ocean of time. Okay, so the ocean and time, here we are, the same thing, that time is an ocean. Yeah, time is endless and infinite, and so is the sea. Yeah, it's something that doesn't have any ends. Whose waters of deep woe are brackish with the salt of human tears. So, woe is sadness. So the waters of the sea are full of woe, of sadness, and are brackish. So brackish is a word talking about salty water. Normally brackish, it talks about water that's salty but not as salty as the sea. But I think here he's just saying salt. You normally find brackish water in an estuary near the sea. So the water of the sea is full of the sadness of human tears, of people crying. And you will see later why he's saying this. Thou shoreless flood. So here again, he's talking about the sea being endless and infinite. Yeah, and the shores of time, the shores of the sea. Yeah, the waters of the sea are endless. which in thy ebb and flow claspest the limits of mortality. So Claspest, this est is you. Yeah. So in your ebb and flow, so in the water going forwards and backwards, up and down, you are holding the limits of mortality. So we as humans just occupy a very small part of this sea of time. Yeah. There's only a small area that we can occupy. Whereas the sea itself, a shoreless flood, is something that it has no ends. So here, time and the sea, they're the same thing. And sick of prey, yet howling for more, vomitest thy wrecks on its inhospitable shore. So prey are animals that are hunted by carnivores. So the prey of the cat is, for example, a mouse. So here, prey is talking about victims. And here I think victims of shipwrecks and people dying at sea. So this is saying that the sea is always killing people almost wantonly. Yeah. So you've got more than you need, but you still want more. Yeah. Howling on for more. Vomitest thy wrecks on its inhospitable shore. Okay. So this is describing the idea that there are many shipwrecks. Yeah. And I think this both in you could be a shipwreck in time. Things may go well and then suddenly things change. Yeah. So the sea is inhospitable. It doesn't look after us. It's always hunting. And I think maybe again time in the same way is hunting for us to make mistakes, and then time will bring us to an end. Treacherous in calm and terrible in storm. So the sea can be treacherous. It's dangerous when it's calm because you could run onto a sandbank. Yeah, there are all sorts of problems you could have when the sea is calm. And terrible in storm. Yeah, and if there's a storm, then if you're in the sea, you can have terrible problems. Yeah, and maybe time as well. Time can be treacherous in calm, that time goes by without you noticing, and time when we have problems can do terrible things to us. Who shall put forth on thee? So who is going to be brave enough to go out on the sea? Okay, and this is saying why he used this line before, brackish with the salt of human tears. Yeah, that the sea is always hunting for people, hunting for victims, and it's had more than it could ever need, but it still wants more. And then so who shall put forth on thee? Who will go out into the sea, knowing how the sea is? And I think maybe here, who will live their life? What's the point in our lives if the time that we have in the sea of life is so dangerous and unpredictable? And then he finishes again. Who shall put forth on thee, unfathomable sea? And I like the way he finishes with this phrase, unfathomable sea, because it's the phrase that the poem started with as well. So he's gone the whole way round, the full 360 degrees, and I think maybe this is emphasizing or giving consistency with the sea being infinite or time being infinite itself. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Time by Percy Bysshe Shelley.